Starting Goaltenders brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh. Michael Hutchinson, the last time in this building, he picked up his first NHL shutout as the Jets beat the Blackhawks 1-0. And Corey Crawford, this is his second game back after he was injured in an off-ice incident, as we take a look at Michael Hutchinson.
Well, the good thing with Hutchinson is he's comfortable. This is an intimidating building, and hear it from the anthem, but he has had success here.
Referees are Steve Kazari and Graham Skilleter. The linesmen are Shane Heyer and Andy Mackelman. And we are underway at the United Center. Blake Wheeler steps up at center ice and stops Jonathan Toews. And the puck into the Chicago zone. Hjalmarsson backboard, Wheeler in with a body check. And the Blackhawks Saad stopped at his own line as Byfuglien breaks it up. Brian Little feeds it through, looking for Ladd. Toews is after Ladd, and the puck out at center and cleared in by the Blackhawks for Mariot Hossa. Hossa in against Ben Sherratt. Sherratt stays with Big Hossa. Brian Little picks up the chase on Jonathan Toews. Saad looks for an open man, has to spin it back down low. Hossa and Sherratt hook up again in the corner. Jonathan Toews down low to help out for Hossa, in front for Saad, banged away, Seabrook in from the line, and Blake Wheeler may have saved a goal. Oduya at the line keeps it in. Big time pressure here right off the get-go by the Blackhawks. Hossa with Byfuglien after him, and Byfuglien wins the battle. Byfuglien skates it to center and sends it in.
Well, big shift from one of those top lines of the Blackhawks. They get in and some blown coverage, but Blake Wheeler shooken up. A big block by him.
We'll keep an eye on Wheeler at the Jets bench, but may have saved a goal as Brent Seabrook was in from the line with room on that short side and Hutchinson down. Turned over at center, Perreault ahead for Michael Frolik, the former Blackhawk. Frolik gets to the Chicago line, no further than the Blackhawks will turn it in. Joakim Nordstrom in for Chicago, stripped to the puck by Scheifele. Matthew Perreault makes sure that gets out the center and then hits to the bench on the line change. Nordstrom is spun around and knocked off stride by Scheifele. And Hjalmarsson back into his own end for Keith. Keith turns it over at center ice. Adam Lowry back in against Hjalmarsson. Keith taken to the backboards hard by Evander Kane. Adam Lowry gets it back to the line for Adam Pardy, and that shot rattles off a stick in front and wide. Hjalmarsson, Adam Pardy sticks up and holds it in. Shot by Kane, stopped by Crawford. Lowry jumps on the loose puck, tried to get it for Kane, and here comes Patrick Kane. Kane wide on Pardy. Kane takes it to the front of the net. Hutchinson got the left pad down, started to leave that post, and then Sharp with the opportunity. Patrick Kane coming off a three-point game, now grabbed off. Halischuk in for Evander Kane, and Corey Crawford flashes the leather.
Well, good chance for Kane, but it was all Blackhawks before that as Kane tries to go glove side on Crawford. But before that, Patrick Kane coming on Adam Pardy. This is where the D are going to have to step up for the Jets. Comes around, great little feed, and good job by Hutchinson keeping the left pad to the post, able to make the save after that. A quick pass, Halischuk to Kane. He's got to step on Rundblad, and the save by Crawford.
Slater out with Thorburn and Peluso. Ben Smith takes it for the Hawks. Ahead for Bickle. Bickle gets rocked hard and knocked down by Klitzum, and then Peluso comes in and gives Rundblad a bump. Center to the front of the net, off a skate, and Hutchinson down and hangs onto it for the faceoff.
Well, the Jets have to clean it up. We mentioned the attention to detail needed to be better for Winnipeg. They have to be solid, confident, and make plays. And it's turnovers. A great hit by Klitzum as he steps up on Bickle. That's a good job holding the blue line, but the Blackhawks get it in deep. And then a reverse play by Slater to no one out front, and a chance in front off a quick play by Shaw. But Grant Klitzum with a big hit on Bickle.
Brian Bickle, who leads the Hawks in hits on the receiving end of that one from Grant Klitzum. Ladd ahead for a little. Wheeler back out after blocking that shot. Takes a bump from Daniel Carcillo. Hjalmarsson now gets a bump from Andrew Ladd. Back into the Jet zone. Sherratt for Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien lead pass, chip pass there by Ladd for Wheeler. Wheeler in on Johnny Oduya. Back in, the shot from Ladd, stopped by Corey Crawford. Taken by Little. Little gets tripped up and play goes on. Carcillo in his own end. Is Brian Little a little slow to get up? Byfuglien steps up and breaks it up. The Jets come in with an odd man rush. Wheeler tried to get it to the front of the net. And now the Hawks will come back. But Brian Little tried to negate the odd man rush. And the lead pass for Shaw was just beyond his reach. Byfuglien takes his man to the corner boards. That was Bickell. And it's bounced back into the Chicago zone. No score. Turned over. Scheifele trying to drag it to the front of the net. And Corey Crawford makes the save off Matthew Perreault. And back comes Saad. Saad trying to cut around Harrison. And nothing doing there for Saad.
Well, it's a little wide open here, probably more than the Winnipeg Jets would like, but they have had a couple chances after Blackhawks had their own.
Harrison for Matthew Perreault, riding the 7-game point streak for Scheifele and on to Frolik. He gets stopped at the Chicago line. Dennis Bayak, Shane Knighty, our TSN crew here at the United Center as the Jets and Hawks off to a blazing start here at the United Center. Pass through the middle. And coming across to break it up was Paul Postma. For Matt Halischuk, he had his first goal of the year against Philly on Sunday. Byfuglien for Postma. In for Halischuk, rink wide, looking for Kane in behind him. And then as Lowry comes in, it's offside. Tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the NHL.
Well, the Jets can't match the skill of the Blackhawks, but they can certainly outwork. That compete level has to come through. They have to out-battle Chicago in this game. In Chicago, they're going to want to challenge the Jets D. They're going to want to go after them. We've seen it early in this game. They know what's back there. They're going to continue to try and wear them down.
7 points separate the Blackhawks and the Jets in the Central Division standings. This is your proverbial four-pointer, which was a lot easier to explain before three-point games. Turned over, here comes Wheeler, trying to get it to the front of the net. Blocked another shot by Wheeler, glove saved by Crawford.
Well, we saw the Jets early on with a couple miscues in their own end, but Chicago has answered back with a few of their own. Some turnovers by them, and the Jets doing a good job, good pressure. Little coming for support. Wheeler right on top, create the turnover, and then one shot blocked, the second one to the net as Andrew Ladd tried to get position on Crawford.
Chicago 11-1-1 in their last 13. The Jets 7-1-4 in their last 12. Byfuglien at the line. Back for Sherratt. The shot blocked in front of the net. Ladd goes after it. Cleared away from Hinman Nordstrom for Hjalmarsson. Hjalmarsson hits to the front of the net. Throws it to the backside looking for Nordstrom, but he couldn't pick it up. Ladd's pass off a skate. Byfuglien gathers it in for Blake Wheeler. Wheeler gently slips this into the Chicago zone. Hjalmarsson for Oduya. For Patrick Sharp, coming off a 3-assist game in a 4-0 Chicago win over Toronto. Chipped up the boards, Adam Lowry after it. Duncan Keith gets back there. Keith's pass is gobbled up though. Adam Party skates it in for Scheifele in front of the net. Cleared away and back out to center ice, and the Hawks pour back. Great hustle by Matthew Perreault, as that was an odd man rush for Chicago. Duncan Keith to the line for Seabrook. Sends it down to Patrick Kane. Back for Keith, unloads, and stopped by Hutchinson. Sharp is after it, cleared away, kept in at the line by Keith. For Kane, down for Sharp, looking for Chris Versteeg. Versteeg watched by Scheifele. Versteeg twisting and turning, Scheifele trying to stay with him. Versteeg has it knocked off his stick and then gets knocked down. And that allows Matthew Perreault to get on the loose puck. Scheifele. Long, quick shot, grabbed and held by Corey Crawford. Great start to this game. No score, Jets and Blackhawks.
Chicago Blackhawks.
in a fast pace to open up this game, and it started in the first shift as Blake Wheeler was shooken up a little bit right in front of the net. An open chance for Seabrook, and Wheeler sacrifices it as he goes down, catches it up high. He was very slow heading to the bench. And a good job, because possibly would have been a goal there as he was able to slide, block the shot, make the play.
Blake Wheeler might accept some ice packs and some Band-Aids for Christmas.
He really has,
He's blocked a lot of shots.
Blocked shots, competed, gone to the corners. He's done so many things well here through this first part of the season, and he'll look forward to the 3-day break to kind of not only enjoy the holidays, but probably rest and recuperate.
Jonathan Toews will take the face-off. He won 11 of 18 against Toronto on Sunday. The Jets win this one, though. Alistair tried to jam it out front, cleared away, and there's the quick transition for the Hawks. Marian Hossa with Saad going to the front of the net. Grant puts him after the loose puck. Puts him, gets tied up. Hawks stay on it. Toews to the line. Keith's quick pass almost picked off by Evander Kane. Didn't get enough of it, or he would have been off to the races.
Well, real good read there by Kane, and it was very close to being gone.
Hjalmarsson back for Duncan Keith. Averages just under 26 minutes of ice time a game, does Duncan Keith. At center for Wheeler. Into the Chicago zone, the long shot steered away by Corey Crawford. Crawford comes into the game with a goals against average of 1.87. Byfuglien plays it low for Ladd. He'll play it to the line for Ben Chiarot. Back for Ladd. Off his stick, and here comes Saad. He's looking for a line change, so he'll just bounce this in and spin and head to the bench. A little bit of room now for Chiarot. Patrick Kane closes in on him. Chiarot gets some help. Brian Little the shot. Save made by Crawford.
This season, stay out of the penalty box. Find gifts she'll adore, like Arctic Brilliance Canadian Diamonds. Only at People's, Canada's diamond store.
Look at the Winnipeg Jets bench is maybe a bit more wide open than they would have liked.
Well, and Paul Maurice said this was going to be a challenge for his team. And, you know, one game here before they get to enjoy the break, he said one thing we've had, and I expect again, is just that level of work ethic that has been very consistent for his club. He said sometimes the hands aren't there some nights, but when they compete and that work ethic is, it covers up for some of those other areas.
Face off in the Chicago zone as Paul Maurice liked his team's morning skate. He really liked the line of Ladd, Little, and Wheeler. And mentioning that I liked their morning skate a lot. They went after it a little bit, and they set the tone that Crispin hasn't started yet. Out through the center ice area, knocked away by Paul Postma. For Steve. Hjalmarsson, stopped by Adam Pardy. Scheifele, through for Michael Frolik. Perreault scores! Matthew Perreault ties a franchise mark for longest point streak as he now has an 8-gamer, and the Jets open the scoring.
Perreault is hot right now, but the play in the neutral zone, the Jets set up in their formation. They kind of sitting back because it's a controlled breakout, and a great job as they all get into position. They try the long pass. Pardy steps up, little bank play. Scheifele kicks it to the middle. Frolik supports the puck. Perreault comes in, picks it up, and rips it over the glove of Crawford. So some great play in the neutral zone. That creates the turnover, quick transition, and Perreault, he's not missing now.
1-0 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. 7 goals in the last 15 games for Matthew Perreault. Andrew Shaw, and right into the right-handed catching glove of Michael Hutchinson, and now we've got a pile-up.
Well, Harrison, not sure who it was, as they're still down on the ground as Carcillo takes him hard to the net as he was driving through. As the shot from Shaw, and the glove saved by Michael Hutchinson. Response from the Jets goal. Harrison's a physical guy, so is Carcillo. Oh, and here's the Blackhawks coming down. A quick little play, roll to Shaw. They keep him to the outside, let your goaltender, and there's Harrison and Carcillo a little bit after the whistle, but no calls on the play. And there's a look at Matthew Perreault, 8-game point streak.
Paul Maurice made the comment today to us that in the early part of the season, Matthew Perreault was concentrating on defense, knowing that the Winnipeg Jets wanted to be a better defensive team. And now we've got the mitts off. Harrison and Carcillo. Down goes Carcillo. Harrison throwing some right hands at Daniel Carcillo, and Carcillo down for a second time.
Well, Jay Harrison has this element. He is a team guy. One of the other reasons I like this pickup by the Winnipeg Jets, he has the ability to stick up. He can handle himself. Carcillo's a tough kid. Harrison has the size, and this just carried over from that little skirmish in front of the net as Jay Harrison gets the best of Carcillo. As the whistle had blown and the two of them, Carcillo came looking for him right out of the way, and they decided to go. But definite size advantage, 6'4", 220, Jay Harrison against the 6', 200-pound Carcillo.
So they will head to the penalty box. 5-minute majors. Back into the Chicago zone. 1-0 in favor of the Jets. Frolik and Scheifele. The assists on the goal by Matthew Perreault. Turned over at center, and Andrew Ladd will punt this back into the Chicago zone. Oduya around the boards. Patrick Kane sends it up the right side. Bickle waits for it on the near side from Shaw. Bickle puts it onto the stick of Dustin Byfuglien. Turned over, Bickle to the front of the net. And a good job defensively by Sherratt to prevent Shaw from getting a good backhand shot away. Seabrook back into his own end. For Keith, and back for Seabrook, and back for Keith. Stopped at the line by Dustin Byfuglien. And offside called against Chicago. Matthew Perreault extends his point streak to a franchise-tying 8. As we look at Brent Seabrook, the Jets are up by. When you're a two-time Stanley Cup champion, you want your fans to vote for your players, I guess, come the All-Star game. And the Chicago Blackhawks put a little video together featuring some of their stars, including Jonathan Toews. Saw a couple of people from our truck in the gym early this morning, and they were wearing the same equipment there, the same costumes and outfits. So,
Edmonds and Munns.
Maybe that's where they got them from. Boy, if you could see Edmonds and Munns in a workout room, you're a better guy than I. Bounce back in. Jonathan Toews is after it, taken to the corner boards. And grabbed off by Adam Pardy. A very funny video, though, put together by the Chicago Blackhawks. Seabrook plays it around. Yeah, and they call him Captain Serious.
Oh, he's got a little bit of a humorous side to him.
Guess you can do that when you have a record of 11-1-1 in your last 13 and you've won 16 of your last 20.
Yes.
In behind the net for Duncan Keith. 1-0 game on a goal by Matthew Perreault. This is going to be an icing call against Chicago.
Well, the Chicago Blackhawks coming into this game, you mentioned how well they've been playing. 14 wins in their last 17 games, outscored opponent 61-30. And Joe Quenneville, we've talked about the D of the Jets, and as much as that, he says, we have to be respectful of this Jets team. He says, doesn't matter who's in the lineup. So his team preparing as normal, no matter who they play against or what's in the lineup.
Cleared back, Paul Postma goes back into his own end. Will this be another icing call? Nope, they wave it off. And Paul Postma will go back and regroup. Cleared into the Chicago zone. Icing gets waved off the other way. After it goes Slater. Slater gets it for Thorburn. Thorburn tied up. Slater's on the puck and forces Crawford to make a save. Out at center for Versteeg. Gets bumped there by Anthony Peluso. The puck back out at center ice. Taken by Michael Rozabal. David Rundblad scored his first of the year Sunday in the win over Toronto. It was the game's opening goal and stood up as the winner. Here comes Dustin Byfuglien around Michael Rozabal. Byfuglien tried to jam that for Evander Kane, kept in at the line, slap shot through traffic, and that went wide. May have ricocheted as Haluschik let it fly. Byfuglien back into his own end. Byfuglien with 9 points in the last 10 games, including 5 goals. 10 points in the last 10 games, rather, including 5 goals. Cleared in, and Hutchinson will trap it in behind his own net. Plays it up on the boards. Nordstrom is there to block it. Brian Little follows up to the line, but not out. And now Keith with the cross-ice pass. It does ricochet off the sideboards and come into the neutral zone. Another collision as Evander Kane stepped into Ben Smith. Nordstrom to the line. Joakim Nordstrom down for Smith and back for Nordstrom. Blocker save by Hutchinson. Hjalmarsson is in from the line. And now Grant Klitzum springs Blake Wheeler. Wheeler to the line. Has Ladd with him. Ladd takes the drop pass. Finds Little, scores! Brian Little has his first career goal against the Chicago Blackhawks and gives the Jets the 2-0 lead.
Well, as hard as that is to believe, but yes, first goal against the Blackhawks for Brian Little. And some good work along the wall on that zone entry, being strong on the puck. Talked about Blake Wheeler not scoring. He's had a big block in this game, and then a great play, being strong. Little shovel pass. Ladd finds Little. This deflects off a stick in front. I believe Oduya's stick as Little lets it go from the hash marks, and it goes up and over the glove of Corey Crawford, and the Jets have a 2-0 lead.
Brian Little with his 13th of the year. And the Jets up by 2 here in the opening period. So again, another quick start for Paul Maurice's team. Scheifele as it's turned over. Oh, that backhander by Michael Frolik did not miss by much. Out at center, Scheifele turns to get away from Taves, up to Frolik and back for Scheifele. Scheifele gets tied up by Rozabal. Hossa into the Jet zone. Byfuglien poked it away from Saad. Saad stayed with it, but so did Byfuglien and slapped it away. Scheifele at center. Scheifele will send it in with the assist. Scheifele now with 9 points in 6 games for the Winnipeg Jets. There's the long left wing feed for Bickell. Bickell and Postma chase it down. Party bumps with Bickell. Centered! And a good job on the back check as Matt Haluschik deflected that away from Patrick Kane. Big defensive play by Haluschik. Kane to the front of the net, and that one off Haluschik and just wide glove side. Kane back in for Chicago. Stopped by Party, Postman, Shaw to the backboards. Patrick Kane for Seabrook. Back for Kane, off his stick, and Lowry is there. Ahead for Haluschik, slaps it in all the way around and all the way back out to center where Duncan Keith will track it down. And then he gives way to Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien feeds it through, looking for Anthony Peluso. Taken by Michael Rozabal. And he'll put it back into the Winnipeg end. Klitzum. His pass stopped. Slater follows up, gets it to center. Here comes Thorburn. Thorburn in on Rundblad. And Thorburn's quick shot off the end of his stick and wide. Thorburn to the side of the net. Hit tight. Chance in front. Score! Anthony Peluso has his first goal of the year. And the Jets have taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, the Jets have just come after anxious minutes to open this game. It has been all Winnipeg, and I think that may end the night for Corey Crawford. But the hustle by Thorburn off the wall, little move to the middle, goes wide. First on the puck, rips it around. They throw it right to the net in the fourth line. Some good work in the corner. Thor to the net, off the side, battle, and then Peluso able to swoop in front and throw it into the net. And a big goal here for the Winnipeg Jets as it's 3-0. And I believe we'll see Raanta come in, replace Crawford.
Olli Raanta in, Corey Crawford to the bench.
Well, Antti Raanta, some good numbers. He's got 8 games. He's got a 1.76 goals against and a 9.45 save percentage. He has played really well. He was 5-0-0 in his last 5 starts for the Chicago Blackhawks. And Crawford not getting much help early in this game. You really got to credit the Winnipeg Jets, the way they've battled back. Can go back to that block by Wheeler even.
Jets pass holders, reminder, watch for the Jets Rewards bonus code during tonight's game. Enter the code by logging into Jets Rewards and receive 50 bonus points redeemable for unique Winnipeg Jets benefits and experiences. Jets Rewards, reward your passion. And it is a passionate Winnipeg Jets group tonight as they have a 3-0 lead as Blake Wheeler's shot goes off a stick and up into the netting. Anthony Peluso with his first of the year, following goals by Little and Perreault, and Peluso makes it 3-0.
Well, the Jets with a 3-0 lead and just under 5 left in the first period, and it started with Matthew Perreault. He rips it over the glove of Corey Crawford, then Little, a redirect as he shoots it off Oduya's stick over the glove of Crawford, and then the last one is Anthony Peluso picking up a loose puck in front, and that will end Corey Crawford's night for the Chicago Blackhawks.
And the assist for Chris Thorburn, his 100th NHL point, as the fourth line connects for the Winnipeg Jets. Back into his own end, Grant Blitzen. Blitzen gets tied up. Jonathan Toews is after it. Came to the side of the net, grabbed off by Hossa. Hossa for Toews to the line for Seabrook. Save made by Hutchinson. Jets on TSN, brought to you by the 2015 Toyota Corolla. It's Corolla like you've never seen it before. Faceoff will be deep in the Winnipeg zone. Little out now with Ladd and Wheeler. Byfuglien on defense along with Ben Chiarot. Lead pass now for Ladd. Nice feed from Byfuglien. Ladd's shot doesn't get through as it was blocked by Seabrook. After it is Byfuglien as he's in from the line. Gets a little help from Scheifele. They get tied up and Versteeg will send it ahead for Kane. Patrick Kane back for Kris Versteeg. Knocked away from him. Keith's shot from the line goes wide. Sharp goes after it. Scheifele is in on him. Scheifele takes the puck away from Sharp. Gets it to Byfuglien. This one rolls away from Byfuglien. Played back to the line for Seabrook. Trying to get away from Matthew Perreault. And he fires that one, and it may have gone off a stick in front of the net. Sharp may have got a stick on that and sent it over top the Jets net, not a play.
Well, Seabrook 6 goals already this year, 9 is a career high. He was able to come in, but before that, this is a great play by the Jets. Byfuglien has nowhere to go, but Ladd finds that open seam. So a great play by Byfuglien to find that breakout, but also Ladd. That's that combination of the forwards supporting the D, getting somewhere where they can give them the puck.
Kris Versteeg talking today about Dustin Byfuglien said he loves playing defense. He said you could just see it in the morning skate today. To the front of the net, Rundblad. Couldn't get it deep enough, and the Jets will start back. Versteeg saying, and you better know when he's out there because he will run you over. Bickell. The pass ahead for Shaw. Shaw fires this one wide. Postma and Carcillo after it. Adam Lowry knocked his man down. The referee goes for a twirl as well. Carried in by Postma, shot to the short side, and Ranta makes the save, and Ranta will hang on to that.
Adam Lowry, he leads in Winnipeg Jets with 99 hits coming into this game, had a career-high 7 against the Philadelphia Flyers. He has been a physical presence this year for a young player, and this is an example as he just throws Shaw to the ice, throws him right into the official.
And Steve Kazari, the referee that went down, is mic'd for this game, all in preparation for the outdoor game between Chicago and Washington, so I'm sure that'll make for a nice clip. At the line for Clipson, the shot steered away by Hjalmarsson. Thorburn trying to lead for Slater. Slater knocked his man down. Oduya turned it over to Thorburn, and Thorburn puts it back around the boards deep in the Chicago zone. Under 2.5 to go in the opening period. Jets hold it in. Slater to the line. Harrison the shot. And that went off the side of the net. Peluso is on it. Peluso to the front of the net, and Olli Ranta has seen enough. And he hangs on to it. Closed captioning is delivered by Pizza Hotline. Order the hotline heavy tonight. Big taste, small price.
Well, confidence is everything, and you get it from a goal as this fourth line comes up with another great shift, a great opportunity in front. Peluso gets the goal, and now Paul Maurice using them a little bit more here as they're starting to roll and feel good.
Jets with 3 goals in 6 minutes and 26 seconds. The last 2 coming in 2 minutes and 12 seconds as they chase Corey Crawford. Back in for Marian Hossa. In for Brandon Saad. To the short side. Juggled and held by Michael Hutchinson.
Well, Hutchinson hasn't been busy. Only 5 shots in the game. This one, a little bit of a juggling act as the Blackhawks come in. Jets do a good job keeping everything to the outside. Little pass, little glove save, throws in the air, then he'll dive for it. Hutchinson maybe trying to give himself a little more action, get himself into the game.
We've talked about the Winnipeg Jets' quick starts, and Paul Maurice has touched on it. Buffalo 16-4, Philadelphia 17-9, and 14-6 so far here in this game in Chicago. And Paul Maurice continues to say that it is not anything that he says or does in that dressing room that gets these guys ready to go. He says that is all on them.
Well, that's a credit to this team. There's one of the things that was questioned over the past years is, are they ready? What's the leadership? I think they've got everything in order in that room, and whether Paul Maurice wants to take credit or not, I think he has a big part in why they are able to get to that point now.
Versteeg plays it around the boards. After it, Bufflin. Puck comes loose, and Blake Wheeler ahead for Andrew Ladd. The long shot wide of the Chicago net. Back forward, Roosevelt. Drops for Patrick Kane, who likes to come from the backside with speed. Patrick Kane, hands that are magic. Dishes it off. The long slap shot steered away by Hutchinson. Bufflin for Scheifele. Out of traffic. Scheifele stick handles his way out. Ahead for Michael Frolik. Frolik going wide on Rundblad. Final minute of the opening period. Versteeg down low, and Versteeg getting pressured by Scheifele just gets rid of it. And this is going to be an icing call.
Well, this is exactly what the Jets needed to do. They want to make plays. Feel confident to make plays in your own zone, in the neutral zone, all over the ice. Scheifele, great job. Head up, doesn't see anything. He skates himself out of trouble. A lot of times you stop moving your feet. That's when you make the bad plays. Scheifele keeps the moving, able to skate out. Real heads-up play there in his own zone.
Shane, we've talked about this a number of times. Paul Maurice still continues to mention the Calgary game, and did so again today. We have not suffered through a Calgary game since the Calgary game. Our response to adversity on the ice has been much, much better.
Well, it is, and you can see it. Even early in this game, they were under attack, but have bounced back and come back to a 3-0 lead.
Matt Halistrick after it into the Chicago zone. Evander Kane slips it around the boards. 30 seconds left in what has been a very good opening period for the Winnipeg Jets. Kane tried to center. It does on a second try. Lowry back to the line. Harrison ripped that. That hit Hjalmarsson. Another chance on the short side for Halischuk. And now some concern over Nicholas Hjalmarsson as he blocked that Jay Harrison blast.
Well, he seems to be fine, but he went down hard. You see it over and over every night in the National Hockey League. Blocking shots, big part of the game. Great play, Lowry back to the point. Harrison head up, looking for that lane through. And it catches Hjalmarsson up high. It's around that right side somewhere, but he stays on the ice. He'll be good to go.
776 career block shots in 421 games for Hjalmarsson. Shot by Wheeler doesn't get to the net as it rattles off a leg. Byfuglien back behind the net for Ladd. Broken stick, that belongs to Hjalmarsson. Cleared back into the Jets' end of the ice. And time is going to run out on a first period that was very good for the Winnipeg Jets.
Well, to say the least, the Jets able to come into a tough building where the Blackhawks have won 8 straight at home, and the Jets jump out to a 3-0 lead. Brian Little gets a goal along with Perreault and Anthony Peluso.
So the Winnipeg Jets outshoot the Chicago Blackhawks 15-7 and jump all over the Hawks early, chasing goaltender Corey Crawford. As the Hawks had a couple of chances early. Matthew Perreault extends his point streak to 8. Harrison and Carcillo have a disagreement. Brian Little makes it 2-0. The Winnipeg fans love it. And then Anthony Peluso, his first of the year. Jets on TSN, brought to you by Subway Restaurant. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh. Welcome back to the United Center. Winnipeg Jets leading the Chicago Blackhawks by a score of 3-0. And expect some pushback from the Blackhawks. And Michael Hutchinson will slow this game down right off the get-go. Let's have a look at the scoring summary in the opening period. Matthew Perreault extends his point streak to 8. Just to clarify, that is since the team moved to Winnipeg. That is the Winnipeg Jets portion of this, the longest point streak there. Kane and Enstrom also had 8. Little with his first, and then first against Chicago, and then Anthony Peluso with his first of the season. Back up to the blue line for Seabrook. He'll play across for Duncan Keith. Keith sends it down low. Saad is after it. And Ladd tries to gain control of it. Sherratt jams it around for Byfuglien. Jonathan Toews is after Byfuglien. Now to Marian Hossa. Hossa being watched by Brian Little. Hossa to the short side and a right pad save by Hutchinson. And now Wheeler will just send this out to center ice off the stick of Seabrook.
Well, another good opening shift by Chicago, and you got to expect the pushback. That would not be a happy group after that first 20 minutes.
Hawks go in looking for more. Chance in front of the net, and Chris Versteeg on the one-timer couldn't get good wood on it. Stopped in behind the net by Antti Raanta. And now this deflects up and out of play, and that will bring about a stoppage. Chicago Blackhawks down by 3. November 19th of last season is the last time Chicago trailed 3-0 after one period.
Pretty remarkable. Not a normal situation for this team. They have the talent, though, to score 3 goals, and the Jets have to be careful in the way that they play.
Perreault to the front of the net, deflected away. As Michael Frolik tried to jam the blade of his stick in there for a redirect. Nordstrom gets this out to center. Adam Pardy will send it in, and Pardy got bumped. Turned over, and Michael Frolik is on the loose puck. Frolik trying to get it down low. It ends up on the stick of Perreault, a shot that gave Raanta a little bit of trouble. And now taken by Marcus Kruger. Turned it over into the slot. Deflected away. Kept in at the line by Postma. That shot got blocked. Frolik takes it away from Marcus Kruger. Down for Perreault. Tried to get it to the line to Postma. And it's cleared out at center. Kruger gets it through for Smith. Oh, Hjalmarsson was joining the attack. And he had a step on Postma. But a good job on the far side to prevent the pass from getting through. Hjalmarsson. For Oduya. His pass stopped by Adam Lowry. For Halischuk and back for Lowry. Lowry has his stick lifted by Chris Versteeg. and back for Patrick Kane. Adam Pardy jams it around the boards for Stieg. Bumped there by Lowry. Kept in by Kane. To the line for Roosevelt. Off the leg and taken away by Evander Kane. Is in behind the play. Patrick Kane is slow to get up as he took that shot off the foot. Now he's a little bit better now that it's on the offense. Here comes Versteeg to the front of the net. What a chance for Michael Roosevelt. And he banged that one wide. Rundblad. Twisting in the corner. Rundblad will leave it there for Versteeg. Around for Patrick Sharp. Now for Kane. And off his stick, and he'll make his way to the Hawks bench.
Well, it is funny how Kane was down, didn't know if he'd get up. All of a sudden, the puck coming back on the offensive side, and he was up and fine.
Yep, nothing like a scoring chance to make that hurt go away. Shaw. Back to the line for Keith, and back for Shaw. Save, rebound. Still loose, and Hutchinson finds it and dives on it.
Well, this is one area Michael Hutchinson does well, is tracking the puck. Searching to find it. He had a group of guys in front of him. You can't see everything. He makes the initial save. The puck is just laying there, but you got to credit the team. Moves back to the point. Keith, so good little play. They get it through to the net. Good job in front as guys tie up, shield the puck, and eventually Hutchinson, well, this was a shot that took down Patrick Kane. He stayed down. Eventually was able to get back up when the puck came back and created a scoring chance.
12 goals in the last 18 games coming in tonight for Patrick Kane. Andrew Ladd on the backhand will lift this out for Blake Wheeler. Wheeler trying to cut around Duncan Keith to the short side, ran to the save. Cleared up for Andrew Shaw. Rink wide now for Carcillo. Carcillo drops it back. Quick shot by Seabrook and held by Michael Hutchinson.
Paul Maurice was talking this morning, and you can go back to that Philadelphia game about playing with the lead. It's a lot different than just playing to protect the lead. When you're playing to protect the lead, you make those bad plays. When you're used to playing with the lead, you play the right way. You play on your toes, you make the passes, you have confidence. Says it's fine to protect the lead when there's 3 minutes left. That's when you're just dumping it out of your zone, trying to wear down the clock.
Sherratt gets it for Byfuglien. Jets take over in their own end, and Frolik plays it around. Scheifele. Twisting and turning in his own end, looking for a little bit of space against Marian Hossa. Byfuglien jams it, tries to get it ahead to Michael Frolik. It's blocked the first time. Second time it will get ahead to Frolik, and he'll get it for Perreault and back to Frolik. Try to cut around Marian Hossa, and Hjalmarsson comes in and pops the helmet off of Michael Frolik. At the line, kept in by Ben Sherratt for Byfuglien. Byfuglien looking for the carom off the boards. Perreault gets it for Halischuk, and now taken away by Jonathan Toews. Out at center for Brandon Saad. Delayed offside against Chicago, and the Jets will regroup. Byfuglien. As the Jets make a line change. Looking for Kane with that hard pass. Kane gathers it in. Kane wide on Roosevelt. Kane looking for a little bit of room for Halischuk. Halischuk back for Kane. Tight quarters in the Chicago zone, and sent up the boards for Patrick Kane with Adam Lowry in pursuit. Michael Hutchinson's going to come out and play this out at center. Versteeg back in his own end. Versteeg very comfortable in a Chicago Blackhawk uniform. Had a great start in Florida, and then injuries hit, and then the Panthers went in a different direction and dealt him back to Chicago. And a lead pass now for Thorburn, and that is offside against the Jets.
Well, Nicholas Hjalmarsson with a big hit on Michael Frolik. They're finally picking his helmet up. It's a good play by the Jets. Frolik starts with a nice play on the wall. Good play by Perreault, but as Frolik's coming, he takes the hit from Hjalmarsson. Stayed on his feet. All he lost was his helmet. Seems to be fine. He'll switch it out for a new one, maybe, that isn't scratched up. He'll be good to go.
So a good jolt there from Oduya. Taken by Jay Harrison. Klitzum. Ahead for Slater. Thorburn back down to help out. Thorburn collides there with Klitzum. That allows the Hawks to take it over with Ben Smith. Smith gets tied up. Klitzum couldn't get a stick on it. Shaw trying to get it down low, but Thorburn reads the play and breaks it up. Thorburn off the glass to the Hawks line for Anthony Peluso. Trying to cut around Andrew Shaw. They go to the corner boards. Slater there on the loose puck. Slater trying to get away from Hjalmarsson. Andrew Ladd chopped it back low as the Jets start a line change. Cleared out right side for Smith. Andrew Ladd got a stick in that passing lane, and Paul Postma's on the loose puck. Shaw rides him out, and that allows Bickle to hold it in. Adam Pardy for Ladd. Ladd trying to flip it through center. Carcillo breaks it up. Nordstrom with the long shot, steered away by Hutchinson. Back to the Chicago line. Ladd gives chase on Keith. Seabrook clears it away. And Nordstrom back in his own end for Brent Seabrook. Back for Nordstrom. The long shot off the stick and high. Adam Pardy goes after it for Mark Scheifele. Scheifele to the line. In with Wheeler. Wheeler plays it deep. Scheifele gets clotheslined by Seabrook. And we are going to have the game's first power play as Brent Seabrook is going to go for holding. Seabrook doesn't like the call, but he does get the horse collar up on Mark Scheifele. So the Jets power play goes to work because of that. 3-0 Jets. Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's game is Mott's Garden Cocktail.
Well, the Jets much better on their breakouts tonight. Great little play by Pardy. Rolls up the support by Scheifele. That allows them to get out of their zone. And that's what led to the penalty. But starting in their own end, confidence with the puck, making plays. And not only making the plays, the support of the forwards, helping the defense out, finding the open lanes.
Brent Seabrook in the penalty box. 2 minutes for holding on Mark Scheifele. Winnipeg Jets power play goes to work, operating at 15%. And the Chicago Blackhawk penalty kill number 1 in the National Hockey League at 91.6%. And Dustin Byfuglien, who leads all Jets in power play ice time at 4:07 per game, on the point. Plays give and go with Scheifele. Now finds Perreault. Back for Byfuglien. That changed directions and went wide. Hjalmarsson, who leads the Blackhawks in penalty killing time, couldn't clear. Kept in by Kane. Byfuglien walks in, down for Scheifele. Scheifele getting pressured by Hjalmarsson. Scheifele stays on it, try to get it back to Byfuglien. Good read there by Shaw, but he was unable to clear, or by Smith, but he couldn't clear. Now cleared up the boards and down the ice.
Well, Byfuglien, a real strong play to keep it in, but they couldn't manage to get possession again.
At center for Byfuglien. He'll play it for Perreault. Little had that go off the skate. Ladd hunts it down to the near side. For Byfuglien at the line. Cross ice, Perreault. Snap, scores! Matthew Perreault continues to sizzle. And a power play goal by the Winnipeg Jets against the NHL's #1 penalty killing team makes it 4-0.
Confidence. Matthew Perreault to shoot the puck, to make plays. He's doing everything. He made the play to enter the zone. Great little pass here, coming down, little close pass. That got them into the zone, allowed the setup. Some hustle by Ladd. He comes into the corner, just roll to the side. And Perreault, good shot here as he pulls it in, gets it around the block by Oduya, and puts it over the glove of Ranta. Beautiful shot. Second time that Perreault goes up high on the Chicago netminders.
8 on the year now for Perreault. His second power play goal of the season, and 8 goals in 15 games for Matthew Perreault, who gets his first 2-goal game as a Winnipeg Jet. Roosevelt for Patrick Sharp. Sharp in on Grant Klitzum, the long shot saved by Hutchinson. Versteeg back to the line. Hutchinson, another save on the blast by Rundblad. Versteeg watched, Sends it behind the net by Klitzum. Klitzum off a skate, and Hutchinson had to be sharp to stop that on the short side, and now Evander Kane will just lift this out of harm's way and back to the Chicago line. Rundblad. Initially an Ottawa pick to the front of the net. Hutchinson cleared it away. Good job there by Klitzum, and the loose puck is taken away by Slater. Slater around Oduya. Oduya knocked it away from him, and Taves sends Hjalmarsson away. Hjalmarsson puts on the brakes against the checking of Sherratt. The long shot steered away, and Sherratt back for the Winnipeg Jets. Through center, Thorburn couldn't handle it cleanly. Saad drops for Taves, and another save by Michael Hutchinson. Peluso now is on it, and he gets rocked there by Brandon Saad, but gets the puck back to the Chicago line. 4-0 Jets. Here comes Taves. He'll drop it back. Shot that got blocked, and Andrew Ladd clears it ahead. Brian Little, almost a break, and it was just tipped away at the last second by Duncan Keith. And this will be icing against Chicago.
Well, Michael Hutchinson has had to be a little more sharp here in this second period, as he has seen a lot more shots directed his way, and doesn't expect these ones to bank plays. Klitzum tries to throw it, goes off the skate of Kane right to the front of the net. And Hutchinson is sharp and on top of it, but his rebound control has been really good. The last 3 or 4 shots, everything pushed right to the corner.
8 power play points on the year now for Ladd and Byfuglien. There's a shot from the high slot by Wheeler, and that went off a stick and wide. 6th career 2-goal game, by the way, for Matthew Perreault. He does have 1 hat trick. At center, back in for the Jets on the turnover. Ladd takes a look where Wheeler is, finds him on the far side. Wheeler had to get away from him, but jammed it back for Paul Postma. He couldn't find a lane to the net, so he'll get it to Adam Pardy. Pardy, sharp angle. Pardy getting chased there by Shaw, and Shaw will take the puck and just flip it back to the Jets line. All teams will get a bit of a break with no games for the next 3 days. Icing called against the Jets.
Well, Winnipeg just has to keep going the difference in the game. Well, Matthew Perreault, a couple goals, he's a difference, but the effort the Jets are putting in, they're just out-competing, outworking. They're first on the puck. If there's a battle, they're coming out on top. And this is what they need to continue to do. And I think if anything, they may have learned something from last game. Whatever the lead is, you don't take it for granted. You go to that final buzzer.
Only the 5th time this year that the Chicago Blackhawks have given up 4 goals in a game. They have never this season given up 5. Roosevelt. Watched at center by Scheifele, sends it in. Adam Pardy goes after it. Pardy in the corner, watched by Patrick Kane. Pardy's stick may have come up and caught Kane. No call on the play as Kane gets back into action, and now still favoring the one side of his head. We'll get a better look at that. Scheifele goes after it for Michael Frolik. Frolik trying to get it back to Scheifele. Around the boards, and Kane is there for Scheifele. In the corner, watched by Rundblad. Puck is loose, and Kane for the Hawks will send it ahead to Rundblad. Goes wide, and it knocked off his stick by Jay Harrison, and Hallerstück for Evander Kane. Evander Kane cut to the middle of the ice, had it knocked away, and the lead pass now to Hossa. In on goal, scores! Marian Hossa, and the Hawks are on the board.
Well, we talked, it doesn't take much. One mistake, and the Blackhawks can turn it around on you. The Jets had puck possession in the offensive zone. It's an odd man rush. Kane just has to drop it. He cuts to the middle. It's stripped from him by Saad, and then Hossa gets behind the defense of the Jets. And he makes no mistake as he puts it past the glove of Michael Hutchinson. And the Blackhawks are on the board.
7th of the year for Marian Hossa. Stolen by Andrew Ladd. Well, Paul Maurice has talked about the shift after a goal against. Here comes Saad, and a good recovery there by Dustin Byfuglien. Andrew Ladd steers this back into the Chicago zone. Little goes after it. Little has a goal in this game, his 13th of the year. Leads the Jets in that category. Anthony Peluso has a goal in this game, his first of the year. Peluso after it into the Chicago zone. Tries to spin it back down low to Slater. Cross-ice feed is in behind Duncan Keith. Keith's lead pass misses everyone. And this will be icing called against Chicago. Closed captioning is brought to you by The Plan by Investors Group, helping you provide for the people you care about, now and over time. At the line, holding it in, Jay Harrison. Michael Frolik for Mark Scheifele. Scheifele bumped there by Duncan Keith. And the loose puck taken by Hossa. Hossa in across the line. Hossa's shot, and we will get a stoppage in play. Hossa from Saad gets the Hawks on the board. Matthew Perreault with his first two-goal game as a Winnipeg Jet. And then Marian Hossa cuts into the lead. We take you back to the MTS Center, December the 5th. Brian Little couldn't celebrate that one. They had to go to video review. Does celebrate that one. There's his second one. Can't celebrate this one because he wasn't sure it was in. But the hats come down. It was a hat trick for Brian Little, the first since the Jets relocated. And now Mark Scheifele had a two-goal game, and now Matthew Perreault has a two-goal game going in this one. So we may get our second one before too long. And we've mentioned this a few times, and Eric Bolton actually did send a text message to Brian Little congratulating him. We used to reference it as the ghost of Eric Bolton. Blake Wheeler slap shot off the stick of Antti Raanta. At the line, kept in by Harrison. Little trying to get it to Ladd. Seabrook breaks it up. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the second period. Chance from the left side by Bickell and stopped by Michael Hutchinson. To the line for Seabrook. Seabrook watched by Ladd. The shot wide. Duncan Keith is its full activation now by the D for the Chicago Blackhawks. To the blue line, Bickell backing up Keith. Marcus Kruger into the slot, backhander, that went wide. Back into the slot, a blind pass by Bickell, right onto the stick of Andrew Ladd. And Ladd will get to the red line and send it deep into the Chicago end. Versteeg, long pass for Sharp. Sharp being watched by Byfuglien. They tie each other up. Crowd reacted, thought Byfuglien had a hold of Sharp's stick. Referees didn't see it that way, and it's Lowry ahead for Kane. Kane at center doesn't get any further. Johnny Oduya's on it. Cross ice for Sharp. In for Kane. Patrick Kane finds an open man. That's Oduya. Down low, goal line attempt, and Michael Hutchinson got enough of that. Taken along the near side, Sherratt trying to get it out. Kane will take the loose puck as it finally makes its way to the ice surface. Kane trying to cut around Oduya, could not. And then Kane will play it in behind the Chicago net. Hjalmarsson with Scheifele after him, and breaking that up at center was Perreault. Perreault got stripped of the puck. Here comes Kane. Glove save, Hutchinson. And he will hang on to it, catching that wrister from Patrick Kane. 4-1 Jets here in the second.
Well, Michael Hutchinson, only 7 shots in the first period, but he's faced 15 in this period. Great rebound control, pushing as much as he can, being sharp, being alert. He has been busy as the Blackhawks have turned it on, but just pushing everything to the corner consistently, getting it out of that rebound area, that harm area, right between the hash marks, about 10 feet out from the net. So solid performance by Michael Hutchinson. The one's got past him. He's made a couple saves now since then. That mental focus seems to be there for the young netminder.
4:39 left in the period. How do the Jets approach this final 4:39?
Well, they have to turn it on here and get out of this period with a 3-goal lead.
Hossa in the slot. That shot goes off a stick, and that is up and out of play.
Well, and you have to watch guys like this. And the Jets have played well in this game. They're compete, they're level. It goes back, though, you can't get caught on your heels, especially against a team like the Blackhawks. And you know a team like the Blackhawks, you're not going to dominate. They're going to turn it up at some point. They have. They've started to activate their D, the fourth man in the attack. The Jets just need to settle down, get back to that system area where they play solid.
Taken by Ladd. Ladd will send this ahead for Blake Wheeler. Wheeler to the line and in. Wheeler trying to go across ice. Cleared away by Hossa. Taken by Ladd, and he'll snap it right back deep into the Chicago zone. The Hawks now with a forward hanging out at center ice on a fairly regular basis. Cleared back in by Duncan Keith. They would like to get one more here before this period is over. Give the Jets something to think about in that dressing room. This is going to be an icing call against the Jets.
Well, and that's the adjustment coaches make. And we saw that turnover the Jets create in the neutral zone in the first. Now watch the Blackhawks. They got two guys. Will have send one guy try and sneak behind the play. He's out trying to get behind the defenseman. And airmail. Good job by Party, though. The defense of the Jets have to recognize that. That's where the communication comes in. One D-man has to let the other know what's going on, where the Blackhawks are positioned.
Shot from the line. Went off a body in front. That hit Adam Lowry, and then Lowry comes out of the pile with the puck. Also went off the stick of Evander Kane and broke it. Rundblad back in his own zone. 4-1 Jets. Andrew Ladd, by the way, the only Jet with 2 points in this game. Shot through the middle. Shot tried to fire it, and that went off of his stick as it was chopped away. Kruger couldn't settle it down in time to get a shot. Kruger now hit hard into the backboards. Up the wall, Bickle in a battle along with Adam Lowry. Byfuglien there as well to knock Kruger down. Byfuglien sends it ahead. Lowry couldn't trap it. And good play there by Halischuk as it deflects off of him and back to the Chicago line. Lead pass, Roosevelt. Ahead for Shaw. Shaw gets bumped. Sherratt stepped into him. Byfuglien steps into Bickle. Oduya at the line, stopped by Michael Frolik. And Frolik will roll it out to center ice. Kane heads to the bench to complete the change. Roosevelt knocked off his stick by Scheifele. And Frolik goes in after Oduya. Lead pass for Sharp. Sharp and Jay Harrison. Scheifele is after a loose puck. As the Hawks pour in after it, Versteeg heads to the front of the net. Sharp, watched by Harrison at the line, shot, and that got kicked away as Patrick Kane found some open ice and got that pass. Scheifele at center. On the backhand, Jets do, ends up on the stick of Frolik, and they will get it deep into the Chicago zone. Pass off the skates of Patrick Kane, and now he'll make his way to the Chicago bench. Pass up the middle, deflected in. After it goes Blake Wheeler. Wheeler behind the net away from Hjalmarsson. Wheeler drops it back for Postma. He'll put it to the front of the net. Cleared away by Oduya. Postma goes on after him. Little does a good job to take it away from Nordstrom. Smith now on the loose puck for Oduya, and he'll find Hjalmarsson. Hjalmarsson chased there by Ladd, and that forces a turnover, and Wheeler puts it right back into the Chicago end.
Oh, good shift for Winnipeg here. It's been a lot of good shifts in a row for the Hawks. Finally to come out, get a little in-zone pressure against Chicago.
Up for Evander Kane. Kane will bounce this back, and Seabrook is there for Chicago. For Duncan Keith. Ahead for Ben Smith. Smith trying to cut around the defenseman. Postma could not. Carcillo is there, back for Smith. Postma stays with him, and now Lowry will get it and play it around the boards. Adam Party tracks it down, and Party will flip it back into the Hawks' end. Keith goes after it. Kane is after him. Kane bumps. Halischuk steals. Kane sharp angle. A couple of saves by Ranta. Final minute here of the second period. Sherratt pinches. It gets by him. Here comes Saad, and great defensive play by Dustin Byfuglien. Saad took one peek to see who was with him, and Byfuglien knocked it off his stick.
Well, Dustin Byfuglien, it's his former team, and I think he's up for this game. He has been noticeably present, physical, and this is a solid defensive play. That long reach, a bad pinch by Sherratt late in the period. Odd man rush. Saad's trying to pull up and find Hossa late as he looks for Hossa. Great anticipation as Byfuglien right on top, able to poke it away and take away that odd man opportunity for Chicago.
And he does it with a smile on his face.
Yeah, he's always smiling.
Matthew Perreault falls, Roosevelt ahead for Shaw. Shot to the line, Kruger's in on goal. Big save, rebound save. Michael Hutchinson in the final 30 seconds of the period. Two outstanding saves. Here comes Scheifele in with Frolik, in off the post as Frolik had a chance. Pile up in behind in the Jet zone. Here comes Kane. Kane the shot to save. Roosevelt tried to get it to the front of the net. Wow, what a finish to this period. It's a scrum in behind the Jets net, and the period runs out.
Well, it barely, and it ends in a flurry. Exhausted are both teams, and that man Hutchinson with an absolutely, not once but twice, two huge saves to keep his 3-goal lead for his team. It's Shaw coming down, he comes on Byfuglien, in comes Kruger, there's the one save, and then on the rebound as Patrick Kane comes in. Great job, and then the other way comes Frolik. He tries to go to the blocker, he puts it off the outside of the post, and then the Blackhawks came back down, and finally time ran out here in the second period.
What a finish to this period. Oduya bumps Frolik. Wild pile-up in front of Hutchinson as the Chicago Blackhawks take the first penalty of the game. Power play goal, Perreault. Hossa response, 20 shots on goal for the Hawks. Michael Frolik still getting a little Christmas love here in Chicago. Not a bad sign. Scoring summary in that second period, a couple of goals. Matthew Perreault, his 6th career 2-goal game. Byfuglien and Ladd, the assist that came on a power play, and then Marian Hossa from Brandon Saad, 7 on the year for Hossa. There's your shots. That's the story of the second period, 20-7 in favor of Chicago, and Michael Hutchinson stopping 19 of 20. Jets are 12-1-4 when they have the lead after 2, and they have a 3-goal lead here as the third period gets going. Byfuglien sends it around the board. Seabrook goes after it. Right back out at center, and Byfuglien ahead for Wheeler, and Wheeler will send it in. Duncan Keith for Jonathan Toews, and back for Duncan Keith. We will see a lot of the Hawks' top players here in the third period. Bounced out at center for Matthew Perreault, through for Scheifele. Scheifele trying to split the defense, got spun around and knocked down. After it is Frolik. Scheifele's after it, chopped away from him. Oduya to the near side. Klitzem is in from the line. Cleared past him, and here comes Hossa. Hossa dishes off. Chance to the short side by Versteeg, and that never got through. And then Harrison rocks Versteeg and sends him to the ice hard.
Well, the Jets have to continue to be physical. They have to continue to play their game. More of what they had in that first period.
Hjalmarsson, watched by Adam Lowry. Stolen at center by Halishchuk, knocked off of his stick. Patrick Sharp sails the shot wide, and after it goes Lowry. Lowry with Versteeg after him, back for Adam Pardy. Pardy with a nice outlet pass through center ice. Kane got bumped off the puck, and it's banked off the boards and back out to center. Adam Pardy right back in. Seabrook, Rundblad, deflected away by Brian Little. Anthony Peluso to center. Cross ice, after it goes Slater. Thorburn follows up on the play. Hawks clear to center. 2-on-2 with Seabrook. Dishes off to Andrew Shaw. He got rubbed out by Ben Sherratt. Slater down low, sends it for Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien finds Anthony Peluso. Back into his own zone for Sherratt. Deflected in by Chris Thorburn. Peluso in with a hit on Duncan Keith. Lead pass for Shaw, but Bickell was in ahead of the play.
Well, the Jets, a couple good plays here, moving the puck quickly, but their physicality, they've been out hitting the Blackhawks 29-13 for 40 minutes. And a good play by Harrison. It's a 2-on-2 play. He's not sure, able to get in, blocks the shot, then follows Versteeg to the corner, and he puts the hit on, sends them to the ice. It's a physical play that the Jets want to have in their game each and every night.
3 hits in this game for Jay Harrison. He had the scrap with Daniel Carcillo. And 12 minutes and 46 seconds of ice time for Jay Harrison. Duncan Keith for Hjalmarsson. Adam Pardy breaks this up at center ice. After it is Wheeler. Ahead for Little. Little couldn't pick it up cleanly, and Duncan Keith snaps it up the middle, but offside as Joakim Nordstrom jumped the gun on the left side.
Oh, Duncan Keith so dangerous, able to turn that puck around. He made the quick play. And would have been Smith, the fourth liner for the Chicago Blackhawks. He has 5 points in his last 6 games for Chicago.
Scheifele out with Perreault and Lowry. This has been a good line for the Winnipeg Jets. Mark Scheifele with an assist, has 9 points in 6 games, but story offensively has been Matthew Perreault, who has extended his point streak to 8. That ties the record since the team moved back to Winnipeg. Enstrom and Kane have also had 8-game point streaks. Snapped around the boards, Perreault. His first 2-goal game as a Jet. Back in behind the Jets net, and Klitzen sends it up the wall. Frolik gets pressured there by Saad. Around for Marian Hossa, back for Saad, in a little tight. There was room, but he couldn't get control of that puck. Saad for Hossa. Jay Harrison has the stick snapped out of his hand. And Harrison looked back at the referees as to why that wasn't interference. After it goes Michael Frolik. And Michael Frolik, realizing Harrison needs to get a new twig, plays it back into the Chicago end.
Well, Harrison still, as he's going to the bench, wondering why there was no call on that play.
Now, if the referees are going to put the whistles away, the Jets will probably take that. But here comes Kane. Kane trying to bust his way through. Off the backboards for Sherratt. For Evander Kane, redirected it through center, but this is going to be an icing call, and the face-off to come back.
Well, you mentioned the whistles. Yeah, it has to go both ways if that's going to be the case here in the final 20. And this is a look as Harrison was coming out of the corner. There it is. Saad just knocks the stick, sends it flying right out of the zone. As Harrison been involved physically. We saw the hit on Versteeg, the fight with Carcillo earlier in this hockey game, playing in only his 3rd game in a Jet jersey.
Versteeg and Byfuglien having a little conversation. I'm sure Versteeg is telling him how much he looks like he loves to play defense. Here comes Halichuk to the front of the net. And that's deflected away. In from the line is Sherratt. In behind the Chicago goal. Back to the blue line. Halichuk backs up Sherratt. Halichuk's shot is off a leg. Sherratt is on the loose puck and sends it low for Evander Kane. Kane to the blue line for Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien trying to get it to the front of the net and taken away by Marcus Kruger. Rundblad for Duncan Keith. As we near the 5-minute mark of the 3rd period. Patrick Sharp sends it in. Sharp in the corner. Being tied up on the play by Klitzen. It gets away from Johnny Oduya. And Olli Antti-Manta will come out and stop it. Antti-Ranta comes in the first period to replace Corey Crawford. And he has allowed 1, Ranta has.
Oh man, Halichuk, some good work attacking the blue line on Keith, able to poke it free, and good hustle down the ice. Tried to center the puck as he had Kane going to the net a little behind, but Sherratt keeps it in. Matt Halichuk, smart play, attacking the D. Hard to the blue line, something you see them work a lot in practice.
Face off to the right of Michael Hutchinson. Hutchinson came into the game with the #1 goals against average in the league and the #1 save percentage in the league. Had a terrific second period. Here comes Brian Little with the wrist shot wide. Wheeler, who had the big block on the game's opening shift that may have saved a goal. Shaw to the blue line for Sharp, and that got stopped and cleared away. Here we go, Canada. This holiday season, the tradition continues on TSN. Team Canada goes for gold at the 2015 World Juniors. Live coverage from Montreal begins Boxing Day when Team Canada faces off against Slovakia at 6:30 Central on TSN. Dustin Byfuglien lays it up the boards to center ice. Rundblad is there. Lead pass. Seabrook sends it ahead. Nordstrom the shot, and he got taken down by Dustin Byfuglien. Carcillo is after it. Jammed up in behind the Jets net. Scheifele tried to clear. Back to the blue line for Seabrook. Back for Carcillo. Carcillo turned it over to Paul Postma. He's got Scheifele alone. Offside, and Scheifele lets the shot go, and now some of the Hawks want a piece of Scheifele.
Well, the ref is down again. We'll wait and see what happens off this. I don't know, Scheifele didn't hear the whistle. Obviously he didn't. Well, Postma makes the stretch pass. If he would have made it half a second quicker, Scheifele would have been in. There's the pass. Oh, and he hit the post.
Yeah. Not like Scheifele hit a goal post. 4-1 Jets here in the third.
Well, the Jets maybe having a laugh after this. Postma had Scheifele. He skated 2 strides before he got it. There's the whistle. Scheifele doesn't hear it. Continues, comes in, rips it off the post, and as they go back to the bench, the guys have a little chuckle about it. I'm sure they're wondering why he didn't. If he's going to go in and do that much, might as well put it in the net.
Well, if his focus was so good that he didn't hear the whistle, then yeah. That would be about the 14th post that Mark Scheifele has hit this year. Jonathan Toews in the corner, watched by Brian Little. This is the 13th game without Toby Enstrom, the 9th without Zach Bogosian. Kept in at the line by Duncan Keith. Toews alone in front of the net, and Hutchinson cleared it away. Toews in front of the net, that went off Byfuglien and almost caught the short side. Hossa jammed up in the corner by Byfuglien. Hawks come up with it, Hossa, and he may have got a bit of a hook there. Couldn't get the shot away, and it's cleared out the center. At the line and slow coming out was Hossa, and that's offside against Chicago.
Well, the Jets get caught running around, and Jonathan Toews was all alone in front of Michael Hutchinson. The puck comes to the point. It's a shot pass. Good job by Hutchinson to steer that to the corner, but Toews was all alone. The Jets can't get into that running around mode. They have to get back where they settle down. They're in position, and they wait for things to come to them.
We mentioned no Bogosian and no Enstrom. Of course, no Stewart, no Jacob Trouba. Gagliardi not dressed, and Julien Brouillette not dressed for the Winnipeg Jets. 4-1 Winnipeg here in the third period. Dennis Bayak, Shane Knighty, our entire TSN crew here in Chicago, wishing you the best of the holidays. Around the boards, Marcus Kruger. He'll leave it for Hjalmarsson, up for Kruger. In on Klitzen. Klitzen stands him up and knocks him down. Hjalmarsson trying to hold it in, does. To the side of the net. Cleared away, another chance, and Hutchinson came up and got a piece of that. It may have been with his mask. Back into the Chicago zone, and an icing call against the Jets.
Well, Michael Hutchinson was able to get, I believe, his helmet on that play. Another chance by Chicago. And it was all off the rush. They come into the zone, and the good switch. Klitzen comes over, a big hit on Kruger as he comes over the line, but 3 Jets get caught on the wall. That allows a little 2-on-1 out. Good play by Harrison. He knocks it away, but it goes right to the stick. And Hutchinson just able to follow it there as Clitsome slides in front. And there's Hutch using his mask.
And Kris Versteeg on the play, picking up a penalty.
No, I'm not sure what's happening here. Is Versteeg? Yeah, he is in the penalty box.
And they had the face-off down in the Chicago end, but because it was an icing call, the face-off will come back to just outside the Jets line on that icing call. But there is a penalty to Kris Versteeg. It is unsportsmanlike. And the Jets will get their second power play opportunity of the hockey game. Jets have out-hit the Hawks 36-13. That gets turned over. Here comes Toews shorthanded. Seabrook is up on the play. Hossa the shot. And Michael Hutchinson square to the shot, shuts it down and hangs on.
Well, Winnipeg really has to be aware of what the score is, what the point in the game is. It's kind of what cost them in the first goal by Chicago, turnover in the offensive zone. This time Perreault, that cross-ice feed. If you're going to make it, you got to make sure that's going to hit somebody. Get the puck low, start your play there, don't turn it over, because this Hawks team has that speed to turn it around.
Is this a time for those passes to be in behind, unless they're 100% in behind the Hawks defense?
And simplify, get the puck below the goal line, get guys on the puck.
Brian Little plays it around. Here's exactly what you're talking about. Back up to the blue line, Dustin Byfuglien trying to hold the line, can't, but has support from Andrew Ladd. Ladd for Byfuglien, on for Wheeler, and in it goes. After it, Hjalmarsson, and he'll clear it all the way down the ice. Hutchinson will leave for Dustin Byfuglien. For Perreault. And the Jets starting a change, so Perreault takes it back to his own line. Now gets pressured there. Gets some help from Scheifele. Tight quarters, though, in front of the penalty box. And finally, Paul Postma's on it. He gets chased back by Marian Hossa. Brandon Saad is after it. It does come outside the line, though. And Johnny Oduya will hammer it back in deep, and play called back.
Well, maybe seeing a little bit of that #1 ranked penalty kill unit here from Chicago. And Postma has to be careful. Marian Hossa is a strong, strong man on the puck. He always has been one of the strongest. Hard to knock off as a look at Johnny Oduya. And this Blackhawks doing a real good job on this penalty kill against the Jets power play.
A good night for the Winnipeg Jets on the out-of-town scoreboard. A lot of divisional rivals have gone down to defeat. Postma. Turned over and stolen away. Good defensive play by Kane, but the Hawks control as the Jets on their heels here, shorthanded. Hjalmarsson has it jammed away from him, and now here comes Frolik. The lead pass for Kane too far, and Raanta will come out and play it away. Back out at center ice. Scheifele's after the rolling puck. Scheifele tried to move at the line that didn't work, and here comes Toews. Toews trying to go wide. Toews spins. No shots on that power play for the Winnipeg Jets. Kris Versteeg to the blue line, slap shot Oduya, that went wide. To the front of the net, Hutchinson down, and Seabrook couldn't get a shot away against the checking of Michael Frolik. Scheifele now to the Hawks line, and Oduya back. Under 10 to go.
It's all Hawks right now. The Jets scrambling. They have to get back to playing smart hockey here with the lead.
Back in behind for Brian Bickle. Wheeler goes after it, sends it ahead for Brian Little. Little trying to jam it ahead to Ladd. It does get outside the line. Wheeler is after it, and Wheeler's going to get a penalty for taking down Andrew Shaw with 9:27 to go. The Chicago Blackhawks will get their first power play of the hockey game, and their power play 18% on the year. Shop at Safeway today. Watch future Jets on TSN telecasts. You can win an all-inclusive trip for two to a Grand Bahia Principe resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals. Shop at Safeway today. You could be our next lucky winner.
Well, Santa Claus is giving out presents here at the United Center.
Does what he does best.
Absolutely, and the Hawks get a power play. Now they're first of the game after the Wheeler penalty.
So an important kill. Duncan Keith the shot, and Michael Hutchinson at the top of the crease makes the save on the blast from Keith.
Well, Keith allowed to walk right down the middle. Look at Blake Wheeler in the penalty box. He was pursuing the puck up the wall on Shaw, and as he is falling, he the stick comes across. There's the trip.
Another face-off win for the Hawks. Hossa to the goal line, cross ice for Sharp. That failed to work. And on the loose puck, Michael Frolik, and he'll play it all the way down the ice. Taken by Duncan Keith. Leaves it there for Patrick Kane. For Taves. Taves, good play by Byfuglien at the line. And Andrew Ladd will send it down the ice.
Real strong play by Byfuglien there, holding the line and standing up Taves.
Byfuglien has led the Jets in ice time 7 of the last 8 games, and will do so again tonight. Back in behind the net. Hawks clear it around the boards to the blue line. Played back down low by Sharp. To the line for Duncan Keith. Duncan Keith into the high slot. Patrick Kane has that get away from him, and Andrew Ladd will scoop it down the ice. 48 seconds now left in the minor penalty. Jets road penalty kill at just under 90%. It's getting tested here by the Hawks. Brandon Saad has that get away from him, and Mark Scheifele will clear. Seabrook back into his own end, watched by Evander Kane. Under 8 to go in the third. Seabrook flips cross ice, Rundblad couldn't pick it up cleanly, and Jay Harrison will send it back down the ice.
Well, the Jets doing a real good job on this penalty kill. This has been some of their best play in the third.
Saad. The long bouncer wide of Hutchinson. Shaw after it for Hossa. Hossa gets it back for Saad to the blue line for Rundblad. Down for Hossa, tries to drive it to the net. One shot on that power play. That was the shot from Duncan Keith right off the start of it. Seabrook chased back into his own end by Blake Wheeler. Rundblad for Seabrook. To the line, no further. Stopped by Adam Pardy. And Ladd will get it back to the Chicago line. Byfuglien breaks this one up. Plays it back for Pardy, and left side it goes. Ladd will bounce this in. Andrew Ladd with a 2-point game. Ladd had gone pointless in 4 after 11 points in a 9-game stretch. So he gets back on the score sheet. Byfuglien gets bodied in the corner. And this bounces out to center ice. Kane goes in after it. Hjalmarsson got there first. Under 6.5 now to go here in the third. Shaw gets it for Bickle. Whistles the shot wide. Hjalmarsson to the front of the net. Stopped by Byfuglien. Byfuglien tried to get it to Halischuk. Could not. Shot whistled wide, and Byfuglien on a second try for Halischuk. Duncan Keith steps up. And now Byfuglien breaks it up. Byfuglien plays it behind his own net. Ben Smith was complaining that the stick got knocked out of his hand. Here comes Patrick Kane. Kane went to pull it back to fire it, lost it. Back out to center ice for Rundblad. For Duncan Keith and in, but this is going to be icing against Chicago. And under 6 now to go here in the third.
Well, the Jets in their own end. The guy's getting caught. Dustin Byfuglien, a great job of rolling puck. Not many guys can protect it against 2 players and then still come out with the puck. Instead of just banging it out, turning it over, he protects the puck, makes sure he gets control, then a little flip play. He has had a very big game here for Winnipeg.
Rundblad finds a little room in the Chicago zone, gets it for Duncan Keith. Watched by Michael Frolik. For Rundblad out at center. Intercepted. Scheifele breaks it up. And Scheifele will bounce it back into the Chicago zone. Keith puts it to the front of his own net. Deflected away. Rundblad is there. And the long pass for Patrick Kane. Kane trying to dance his way in as only Patrick Kane can. Drops it for Rundblad. And getting a piece of that was Hutchinson. Back to the line for Rundblad again. And that's off the stick of Matthew Perreault. And that ends up in the netting. 5:07 on the clock.
Well, going back to November 2nd in this building, it was Michael Hutchinson who was the best player for the Winnipeg Jets that led them to that 1-0 win against the Chicago Blackhawks. He was solid in that game in all areas as he got his first career shutout, 33 save shutout. And tonight, at this point in the game, 33 saves. As his team, since that first period, has been outshot 27-8. So he has been busy past that first 20.
If I do the math quickly, carry the one, Duma Gazintas. He stopped 66 of 67 shots against Chicago so far this year.
Not bad.
Byfuglien at the front of the net, takes the puck, has it get away from him. Keith plays it back for Kane. Patrick Kane all the way around for Marian Hossa. 6 attackers for Chicago as the net is empty. Stolen by Wheeler at the empty net. Scores! Off the goal post and in for Blake Wheeler, who came into the game with 1 goal in his last 16. And it's an empty netter.
Well, you got to credit the Winnipeg Jets. They have gutted this out. It's been a gutsy performance against a very good hockey team in the Chicago Blackhawks. Some good work. Ladd turns this over, but Wheeler, great job getting his stick in that pass lane. And then maybe a little luck as he was falling off, sends it down the ice, gets the post and in to hopefully give them the cushion they need at 5-1.
So for the first time as now Wheeler is in the double digits. That is his 10th of the year. The first time this year the Chicago Blackhawks give up 5 goals. It's an unassisted goal. When we talk about the Blackhawks never surrendering more than 4 until now, while the Winnipeg Jets have not given up more than 4 in a game this year either. And they need to take some comfort in that they have been good.
Well, and they also here, they've got 4 minutes of hockey left to play. They've got a goaltender that's been tremendous for them. They have to finish this game strong.
Grant Klitzum plays it for Matthew Perreault. Perreault comes cross ice. Scheifele in across the line. Perreault heads to the front of the net, or rather Halishchuk heads to the front of the net. Perreault is on it with Kane now, and Kane had this get away from him, and the Hawks will bring it back. It is Smith to the side of the net. Hutchinson down. Seabrook at the line trying to hold it in. Can't. And this deflects up and out of play.
Well, mentioned the only time Chicago's given up 5, and another look at the goal as Ladd gets the puck, is turned over, but Wheeler's teammate a great job getting it. A little flip. Gets it off the post and in. And maybe a bit of relief for that man, Paul Maurice.
So a big road win for the Winnipeg Jets. That puts them into double digits for road wins on the year. Not to jump the gun, but 5-1 should be a fairly safe lead. It is Ladd in his own zone, watched by Kruger. On it is Klitzum. Off the boards and out the center ice, and Oduya goes back for it. Under 3 to go. Jets in Minnesota on the 27th. Minnesota back at the MTS Center on the 29th. Winnipeg Jets with the win move 8 points ahead of the Minnesota Wild. That is huge.
Wow, not only huge, those 2 games coming out, you at worst need a split.
Taken by Oduya. They also close in on St. Louis, and they also close in on division-leading Chicago. They will pull to within 5. Duncan Keith back into his own zone. Rundblad through the middle. They wave off the icing. Then Sherratt goes back for it. Nice outlet pass to Scheifele. Scheifele comes rink wide for Frolik. Frolik into the Chicago zone for Perreault, and the backhand shot to the short side. And it'll be held there by Antti Raanta.
Well, it's going to be another win for the Winnipeg Jets and another win for Paul Maurice as he is creeping up on his 500th win. This will put him at 496 after this evening's game, but quite an impressive list of men that he is in company with, some great coaches.
He had a good feeling about this game. Cleared off the boards. Thorburn tries to work it for Slater.
Hey, come on!
Bickle gets it for Seabrook. Seabrook trying to clear it in. Bickle almost pulled a groin trying to stay on side. And are we going to have a penalty? We are. And now we've got Shaw. And coming sliding in safely into second base was Chris Thorburn.
And he's going to have a chuckle about it. He's trying to come in, and I think he blew a tire as he's trying to come amongst the pile, but a good thing he can have a laugh about it now as he'll head to the penalty box for slashing.
Slides into second with a stand-up triple.
Well, him and Shaw had something going behind the play, and this is where he comes in. And he just falls off, and a party there, his teammate to help him up, but a late power play for Chicago.
Slap shot from the line by Sharp, grabbed and held by Michael Hutchinson.
Well, another strong performance by Michael Hutchinson. Really not much more to say about the way this young netminder has played this season. Just fantastic.
Adam Pardy up the board to the line, not out, kept in by Patrick Sharp. Back near side for Taves, back for Sharp. Slap shot blocked by Slater. And Jim Slater will lift it down the ice. Hawks coming off the 4-0 win over Toronto. Jets coming off the overtime loss to Philadelphia. And the Jets jumped on the Hawks early and often. Here comes Frolik, shorthanded, and Raanta the save.
1 minute.
Matthew Perreault opened the scoring in the game. Third time this year he has scored the game's first goal. Versteeg in the high slot. Versteeg is forced to the outside. Circles looking for some room. Sends it for Sharp. In front of the net, a redirect, and Hutchinson got a piece of that. And that gets cleared down the ice, and Michael Hutchinson, another terrific performance for the Winnipeg Jets as the Hawks fired 20 shots at him in the second period. He stopped 19 of 20. And since opening that game on the road trip, since that time, Michael Hutchinson will go to 8-1-2. Another shot saved, the rebound cleared away, slapped around the boards and down the ice, and this will do it as the Winnipeg Jets pick up their 10th road win of the season, their 18th road win overall, an impressive 5-1 win here in Chicago, snapping the Hawks' 8-game home winning streak.
Well, an absolute gutsy performance. The players gutted this one out. It's a skilled team in Chicago, but they rode on that man's back. Michael Hutchinson with an absolute brilliant performance. He was good in those last two periods where he saw a lot of rubber, and he was able to hold his Jets in this game when they were under attack.
So the Jets will go into the break with a victory and enjoy the festive season. Your final here, 5-1. Matthew Perreault gets a couple, and another solid effort in net by Michael Hutchinson. The Jets go 1 for 2 on the power play, and they go 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. So the NHL, after tonight, will shut down for a few days. The players will get some well-deserved time off. Brian Little, that was the Jets' second goal of the game. Peluso, that was the Jets' third goal of the game. And they kept coming. Matthew Perreault, that was his second of the night. The Hawks did come back with one. The game had its physicality. and the Jets win it 5-1. Good night from Chicago. Happy holidays.